think you would have to be empathetic. I think that you have to be, again, honest, self-aware, very observant, and patient. You have to have patience to be here. This job is not for you if you're overly emotional. When I say overly emotional, and it could be good or bad, if you're very reactive to anything, like if your feelings get hurt easily, because you gotta have tough skin. So if your feelings get hurt easily, or if you're easily get too involved, which isn't a negative thing, but you do have to separate the personal from professional being here. Personally, because I've worked for different facilities in different fields and within the same field, I think the training department here is amazing. They do teach you the rules, regulations, go through the different trainings, what to expect, but they're very real, especially Terry. She will give you real, and she's worked in the field, so she'll give you real life scenarios of what you're going to be facing, reenactments, role playing, on top of all the knowledge that you need, to deal with what you're facing once you get on the units. I think that the training was probably the best training I've ever received at any company. Working with the kids is definitely a challenge, a daily one, especially in a campus environment. So, for instance, I work morning shift. Everything could have went well. I leave, there's 2 more shifts behind me. By the time I come back in the morning, we could be back full-blown crisis with a child. So I do think that it's a day-to-day process with the kids. And again, this is a trauma-informed care facility, so our kids have behavioral issues, trauma-based reactions to things. So I guess that would be the most challenging part of working with the youth that we work with. I think the most rewarding part is when you do build the rapport, you do maintain the relationship, and they go on to, do greater things, which is not always the case for every kid. And I think the fact that it's not always the case with every kid, when you do have that success with one, is that much greater. With each kid, it's going to be different because they're people. So if you're basing it off of textbook or what you learned in training, you may really miss what this person needs from you versus the overall goal, because that's what training teaches you, the overall goal, like the baseline here. Just remember, each kid needs you to show up for them individually. I think the impact, again, is different for each child. I think every individual, just like us, needs something different. I think I have kids that's like Miss Pat and feel like I'm a mentor. I have kids that's like, that's my mother, or some that may look at me as a big sister. I'm human, so I definitely tell my kids, like, I've made mistakes, especially when I was your age. So I think some of them want you to be relatable, and some of them you can be a little more motherly. Like, this is what you need. They don't have as much, some none at all, involvement from their parents. So I think we're just like here to guide them the same way you would guide your own children. I love my kids. I love my kids. That's why I show up every day, for my kids. I think as long as we're all communicating, especially the YCPs, because you're with the kids so much that, documenting what you see and sharing with the rest of your team makes it a little easier to come up with a individual treatment plan for this child, because again, each kid is different and need different things. So I think the more communication that you have with your, because I look at the case as a part of the team too. So if the more of a rapport I have with you and you're communicating with me, I'm communicating with the supervisor and the therapist, the treatment team, managers, we all can come up with what best suits you individually so we can see you be successful.